what's going on, guys? Zombiewarz here, and welcome back again to another video. Today we're going to be covering rumors of Danganronpa in DbD yet again. Guys, before this video begins, be sure to leave a like on today's video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I cover DbD news, speculation, and more. So on the year 10 roadmap of DbD, there is a licensed chapter coming in November with a new killer and 2 new survivors, and we have absolutely no idea what this chapter is going to be at the moment. We have an idea on what the September chapter is going to be. We know that it's an Asian folklore chapter, it's going to be original, and there's been some things that have happened lately that allude to certain things happening. But as for November, let's focus on that because we actually have no idea what this one is going to be. There's no hints, no rumors, no anything on what November is going to be, and well, that might not be entirely true because there are some hints that have been pointed out by some people in the DbD community. For those of you who have been following the channel for a while, I've made several videos on Danganronpa x DbD. There is a possibility that it could happen. We first got wind of it about a month ago that it was a possibility because one of the voice actors of the series, the English voice actor for Monokuma, tweeted something that alluded to something big happening with Danganronpa. Now, it was supposed to go with the November anniversary of Danganronpa, as well as the chapter releasing in November, but of course we know that the November chapter was actually pushed ahead and will not be coming out until January, so it won't align with the Danganronpa anniversary, which is something that does hurt it possibly being a Danganronpa collaboration. Danganronpa's original release was on November 25th, and if the chapter were to come out in, well, November, like it originally was supposed to, it would align really well with the anniversary of Danganronpa. Alright, so what are these new hints, and what is the community saying that could be hinting towards a Danganronpa chapter happening still? So on Leaks DbD, this account called Prophet Alex actually stated a lot of different evidence that could point to Danganronpa coming into the game. So we're going to go over them and kind of, I guess, give my thoughts on everything here. So the chapter, which originally contains 2 survivors and 1 killer, was originally scheduled for November, presumably on the 25th. The final Tuesday of November, which is Danganronpa's anniversary date. Danganronpa has lots of survivors to choose from, all of whom are iconic enough to be fitting for a 2 survivor chapter. See, I didn't even notice that November 25th actually does line up on a Tuesday, which, as you all know, DbD releases their chapters on Tuesdays, so that's interesting. That is interesting that it actually lines up on a Tuesday for that. They state again that November 25th is the last Tuesday of November, and DbD updates always release on a Tuesday. There, of course, is the Monokuma VA that deleted the tweets within a day after posting, after a lot of people had already come to the conclusion that it's a DbD crossover. People were also speculating when the voice actor tweeted that it might be a remake of some sort, but I think most people were saying it might be Dead by Daylight. Most of the replies were Dead by Daylight related, so I think the tweet was either deleted because, like this post says, people already came to the conclusion way too early than people should have, or it was just dead wrong and I guess the VA didn't want to start rumors of something that just wasn't happening. So it could go either way, but I'm leaning on maybe it could be DbD related. The Unknown has a voice line where he says, "I don't know whether to laugh or cry," which is very similar to one of Junko's lines from Danganronpa. "I don't know whether to laugh or spit. It might be meaningless," but it seems like one of those odd unknown lines that is supposed to be a teaser because it wouldn't make sense or fit otherwise. I think this one is possible. I think it sounds a little bit like a stretch to me, but I do see where this is coming from. I just think that it does sound a little much of a stretch, but then again, if it does actually happen and, you know, Junko's added to DbD and that happens, then, you know what, I'm gonna look stupid. So I'm gonna say that, you know, it's possible, this voice line one, but I will say I think it's more of a stretch compared to the other ones that we've seen associated with the Unknown before, with the chapters that were teased through the Unknown's voice lines, which is one of the coolest things Behavior has done. I hope that they tease things like that going forward. When they introduce new killers into the game, they have voice lines that reference, or things that reference other killers. I think that would be neat. So I actually did a little bit of fact checking here, and I actually looked up that the voice line that was stated in this post is actually not from Junko. It's from a separate character from the series called Celestia Ludenberg. So it is a line that is stated in the game, but it's not from Junko, but an entirely different character. The tweet being deleted, DbD dropping its worst update in ages, the November chapter release date being pushed back, and the announcement originally planned for August 8th being cancelled might point to it being Danganronpa. This actually does make sense. Focus on the August 8th announcement, because there was rumors going around that on August 8th there was going to be some sort of announcement for this collaboration on the Danganronpa website, and it never came. The announcement on the website is still blank. We don't know what it is. So maybe that's what happened because it got pushed back. Maybe there was something going on between the official announcement of it also being pushed back, so it wasn't announced way in advance, like say something like FNAF. Yeah, if you go to the anniversary website, the mystery page is still a mystery. We have no idea what it's going to be, so we're gonna have to wait for that. Matthew Kote said in an interview after the Tokyo Ghoul's chapter release that much more anime content is on its way to DbD. I think everyone expected this, especially with how good Tokyo Ghoul did. Of course, Behavior wouldn't know how good Tokyo Ghoul would do until it came out, and as we all know, DbD chapters do take time to make. A year at the very minimum, I'm pretty sure. I can actually see this being super relevant too, because one thing I noticed is that in DbD's new 2v8 mode now, there is the Attack on Titan skins that you're able to play as in this mode. Now, the Attack on Titan skins are still not available to purchase again, but in the last 2v8 game mode, you were not able to wear these skins in this game mode. So I think something happened between Behavior and, well, Attack on Titan to maybe possibly bring them back to the game. So yeah, I think that there is more anime stuff coming soon. I think Attack on Titan returning might be one of those things. But, you know, that's completely off topic. So I wouldn't be surprised about this if Danganronpa is one of these licenses. The Danganronpa announcement can't be an anime dub, a new game, or most other awful scenarios for different reasonings. The IP has also been pretty dead for a while, and supposedly Spike Chunsoft is low on money, thus a DbD crossover would be perfect for them. There also is seemingly pink blood on Dwight and Claudette's party cosmetics. It's the exact same shade of pink too, just properly rendered. So this one is a bit of misinformation. There's actually a good point that kind of debunks this whole thing. So this post on Reddit from Yoichi and Sadako, they point out that there is actual blood on this new cosmetic, and this is the supposed pink blood that everyone's talking about. And honestly, I can see this. I can see how one would look at this and be like, oh my god, it's Danganronpa, because for those who aren't, you know, aware of how Danganronpa works, the blood in the game and the anime is pink, not red. If you look at Claudette's cosmetic, she actually has blue, not pink, so I don't think it, you know, that would, you know, be Danganronpa. There's also actual blood on her sleeve. It's possible entirely that it could be a hint, but I think it's more so just to do with the, you know, theme of these cosmetics, it being party themed. I think that it might be a hint towards Danganronpa, but I really don't think it is. I think more so than not, it's probably just a coincidence, and I think it just has more to do with the theming of this skin being a party theme. So there also is one more clue, and I think this one is also a bit of a stretch, but I also can see very well how this could be something hinting towards a Danganronpa chapter, especially with the time frame of this release. In one of Spirit's archives, there actually is two characters, one named Nanami, and another character called Chiaki. Now, if you're familiar with those names, it actually is, if you combine them, a character name from Danganronpa, that being Chiaki Nanami, the ultimate gamer. And I can very well see if there is a DbD X Danganronpa character, this character being one of the characters for the chapter, as a survivor, of course. And I think with the Spirit Archive being 18 months away from what would be the release of a Danganronpa chapter, or the, I guess, supposed announcement of it, I could see that being in the time frame a possibility. Things could have been worked out over a year ago, and of course chapters take a long time to make, and with a chapter that has both a killer and two survivors, not one but two, I could see that taking a bit longer. I think this one is a little bit of a stretch because these are, again, just regular names in Japan, but I think the fact that these two names were chosen, and if you combine them, it literally is a character from Danganronpa, I could see that happening. I could see that being a possibility, but I do think this is a bit of a stretch because these are, after all, just regular names. I know DbD has done fun things with the archives before with naming. I know one of Trapper's old challenges, the title of the challenge was Spring the Trap, which seemingly is, you know, just a regular challenge name, but of course I'm not confirmed on it, but I'm pretty sure it was meant to be a reference towards Springtrap. Again, something seemingly as a stretch could possibly be something that could happen. I don't know. I think the last two things I've shown you are reaching a little, but I think the first post I went over showed pretty much most of the probable things that point to it being Danganronpa. So I'm curious what you guys think. Do you guys think that the January chapter is going to be Danganronpa, or do you guys think it's going to be something else entirely? I know there's rumors going around that it could be Predator, and I really just don't see that happening. I just don't see Predator getting a 2 survivor chapter. Only other chapter, and I'm still on copium about this, but I think the only other chapter that is very likely for January would be Resident Evil. I think that is the only other very likely chapter besides Danganronpa, but I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section down below. Do you guys think it's going to be Danganronpa? Do you guys think it's going to be something else? I want to know what you guys think. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Have a great day, and peace. Bye, guys.